Hey guys, and we're now back with some more Unavowed. So this might be the last section of it, I think, because I think there's only like 2 more parts to complete, and then the final part, if I remember correctly. Hey, Scum Bucket, how you doing? Okay, so it did save. I always got worried when I actually looked at this that it didn't save because that picture didn't change. And I was like, oh my god, did it save? And I was like, oh, we'll find out tomorrow. I'm doing good, doing real good. Can't go any further past that way, okay.
So, Eli, you know about bestowers? About folks like me?
Looking good there, Junie.
No, it's not right yet.
Of course it isn't. Hey, nice to see I'm not the only crazy one out here tonight. Well, at least I've got a reason. I'm only out here because the little boss here wants to draw. She's my daughter. It amounts to the same thing, doesn't it?
Ain't that the truth? A boss who makes you do overtime and doesn't pay you.
See, this guy gets it. You have kids?
Oh, yeah. 2 girls. Grown now.
2 bosses, huh? Must have been rough.
It had its moments.
Little June here got inspired. What can I say? I tell her no and she screams all night. So I give her a half hour and we're both happy. Besides, she has a talent. I need to encourage it. Nobody else is gonna.
She's a lucky little girl. You're a good mother.
Darn right I am. It's been...
I wouldn't call it a good mother to let your kid
months,
draw
I
in the
think.
rain.
I'm sure June will get tired any minute.
Yeah, like that'll work.
I know, right? A pen and paper would be, you know, logical.
And kids always listen to logic.
Don't get me started. Nice to meet you. I'm May Stein. See you around. If you guys want to do any more chatting in the rain, feel free. Junie, answer the lady.
Hi. I don't know. It's not finished yet. I know. That's what makes it good.
I took pictures, don't worry. What?
Nothing. You don't get it. It's okay.
Excuse me, but I'll be the judge of that.
I want to focus, please.
Wow.
No, this is better.
Better?
Yes. Just 5 more minutes. Bye.
That kid's a little bit rude. Not gonna lie.
You have called and I have answered, but I feel no creative desire within your soul. Inspiration will not help you. I don't understand. If inspiration is not what you seek, then why seek me out? Now what do you want? What do you mean? Stay back.
Was that Callie? The lady from the poetry club?
You think so? The woman in the poetry club sounded, you know, perky.
She said she lost her power. Maybe it changed her personality, too. Good. You're okay. Let's keep going. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Hey, mister, could we talk to you for a sec?
Hey, it's been a while, hasn't it?
A while.
Oh, wait, no, you're not her.
I'm not?
Jesus, not you.
Oh, you mean KK?
She can talk for herself.
Yeah, believe me, I know. So I'm Logan Brown, and you already met KK. Who are you?
It's not important, not really.
Of course it's important. It's your name.
No, it's not. The work needs to stand on its own. Attaching a name to it just diminishes it.
You mentioned the work. What work?
The work, the art, the everything. It all has to come out somehow, otherwise you might as well die.
So you're an artist.
Me? I suppose. I want to be. I'm learning every day.
So who did you mistake KK for?
Huh?
When we first met, you thought KK was her.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, of course you don't. So what is this thing here?
Thing?
This metal thing. Looks like some kind of modern art.
Sorry, I don't see anything.
It's not exactly hard to miss, man. It's kind of huge, and it's right here.
No, I don't see anything. Sorry.
Oh, he doesn't see the sculpture.
So what are you doing out here?
I'm working.
Working? Like maintenance work or something?
Something like that.
You're not gonna get any more specific than that?
Don't see why.
I'm not sure what that accomplished.
That's fun though, right?
That thing's not gonna support my weight.
Don't you think it's time we head home, Junebug?
5 more minutes.
Fine. 5 more minutes. Hey. It was some kind of performance art, wasn't it? Someone put together an altar in the middle of the night and then lit themselves on fire. Well, it wasn't real, was it? I mean, it couldn't have been. They did it in the middle of the night where no one could see it. If you're gonna make a spectacle, you want people to see it. That's what everyone's saying anyway. Someone put it all together as some kind of statement. You know, before June was born, I might have been able to tell you. But these days, I leave the art critique to the people with more time on their hands. It's been 2 hours, I think. I'm sure June will get tired any minute. See you around.
I'm impressed, Logan. You became a bestower, what, a year ago?
Give or take.
The colors. Hey, just a sec. What's up? I saw it, so full of anguish. I could feel the desperation pouring from every rivet and nail. You did? You don't look like the lady I met. She was about your height, had your hair color, and had kind of your build. But nope, definitely wasn't you.
She's wearing a veil. You can't see past it, can you? You really did lose your power.
Yep, I'm mundane as mud. But if it was really you, then I suppose I have you to thank. For real? You did me a favor. 3,000 years and I never once enjoyed a thing. Not a song, not a poem, not a story, not even food. I could inspire them all, but they did nothing for me. I can't even remember the last time I smiled. I kinda like the feeling. I think I'm gonna do it a lot. So, keep my power. You took it, you keep it. I'm happy where I am. Yeah, Muse, remember? I can sense these things.
Didn't you say you lost your powers?
So, if your magic was taken away, you'd still know everything about fire, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Same with me. I know how art works. I know what feelings went into them. And that sculpture, none of those feelings were nice. Anything that was created by anybody else, it leaves an imprint. I can still see them. Nope. Please stop asking that.
Okay.
Bye! Stick around if you want to hear more poems. Ooh, was this made by Clay Chipman? I've been meaning to go to his shop. May I? Oh my gosh, this is so good. Excuse me. That was strange. This bagel wasn't made by Clay Chipman. Not entirely.
What do you mean? We saw him make it.
No, his hands made it, but the process, it was inspired by me. That's impossible. I did, and I've never met the guy, but that bagel tasted like my own power. I had it for over 3,000 years. It couldn't be anything else.
So your power now belongs to Clay Chipman?
No, muses can't create, remember? He was inspired by someone with my power. Oh well, good luck to whoever it is. I don't want it anyway. Yup, sucks to be them. Yup. Bye. Stick around if you want to hear more poems.
I can't ask him that.
Huh? What is it?
Good evening to you. You mean the sculpture that was erected in the middle of the night? Magnificent, isn't it? Art that just appears for seemingly no reason. That kind of thing just doesn't happen anymore. It does this old heart good to see it. I don't know. To tell you the truth, I have not given it much thought. But the energy it brings, the vibrant life, this world can use more of it, let me tell you.
You got any more of those raspberry ones, Chipman?
Sure. Give me a few minutes.
Best donuts in the city, this guy. Evening, folks. Seriously, where have you been? Some idiot set himself on fire, built some weird metal altar to do it on, too. The weird thing? He did it in the middle of the night. No witnesses. Some poor jogger found him the next morning.
That must have been awful.
Spooked. You don't know this neighborhood. No, they're fascinated. He's like some kind of local folk hero now.
Folk hero?
Yeah, the folks who live here, they think it's some kind of, I don't know, artistic statement or whatever. But you ask me, he was just a nut. Sorry, but why are you so interested? You really think so? Thanks. That means a lot. Still can't tell you anything, though. My captain would kill me if I blabbed the sieves. I don't know. What else could it be? This frickin' neighborhood draws them in like flies in honey.
Draws what in?
Artists. They've been coming out of the woodwork, causing all sorts of trouble. Forget the drug dealers. It's the artists you gotta worry about. You have no idea. Just last week, in this very spot, I had to drag some guy out in cuffs. It was this writer on his laptop. His battery ran out of juice, so he freaked. Smashed his laptop against the table, then started punching people. I wish I could say it was an isolated incident, but it's been happening all over the neighborhood. Stay dry out there.
What? I mean, what can I do for you? Someone died? Sorry, I don't know anything about that. I don't know, it just came to me. You experience food with more than just taste, you know. It's important to be aware of that. It just is, okay? You don't have to get it, just enjoy it. No? I mean, maybe, who knows? You can get inspired by lots of things subconsciously.
Let me guess. The blue and red lox and chive cream cheese bagel was inspired by me.
Sure, whatever. Why does everyone keep asking me that? I'm fine. Sure, bye.
Good evening, teacher. Yes, I've seen it. The neighborhood used to house quite a vibrant community of artists. They're all gone now. They got priced out, or they got kicked out, or they died out. I thought I'd be the only one left. But now, look around. The real heart and soul of Brooklyn is coming back. And it is magnificent. I heard. Fascinating.
Fascinating. A man died.
Well, it is. Why there? Why in the middle of the night? The act of immolation is violent, painful. One doesn't do that to themselves unless they want to make a statement. And yet, it was done in the middle of the night. Nobody could see or hear him. So yes, I'd call that fascinating. What was the man trying to say? We'll never know. As I said, we'll never know. The man was inspired. We never know where it comes from or why it comes. It just is. And that's all we can say about any artistic act. It just is.
No, KK, we're not going to the movies. No, we're not going to the park either.
How about I take a picture of this to show your dad?
No, it's not right yet. Just 5 more minutes.
Okay, for real this time. Hey. Nobody did, right? It was all staged as some kind of statement. That's what everyone's saying anyway. See you around.
Bye.
Hey, can we talk a bit more?
I guess.
So I heard a guy set himself on fire around here. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Burning. That's quite a bold statement to make.
Is it?
It sears, it cleanses. If you burn something, it's gone forever. I can understand the appeal.
You can understand the appeal?
Journal, I burnt it. It needed to be cleansed. It needed to not exist. So I burned it. It's gone.
This journal of yours, you said you burnt it?
Yes, right here, right over... No. The journal is burnt. It no longer exists. I need
So maybe we need
for
to
it
fire
not
read
to
it.
exist. Please.
Okay.
What can I do you for? Gosh, so many memories of this place from back in the day. It's hard to choose just one. Matinee shows at the Kingway, summers at Brighton Beach. Heck, you could buy pickles right out of the barrel on any street corner. They cost a nickel, and they were delicious. And fireworks every Tuesday at Coney. Can't forget that. No, can't forget that. Did I? Sorry about that. Just old history. I met my wife at the Coney Island fireworks. We went every week that summer. Forget it. It was literally a lifetime ago. Let's keep moving. Well, yeah. I did tell you about the hunters, right? The hunters getting wind that I'm still alive is the last thing I need. It wanted to create spiritual havoc, to unleash energy in order to feed off it. Seems to me a direct line to the creative force is a great way of doing that.
Definitely would seem it, wouldn't it?
I'll do my best. What did you have in mind? An artist journal that was burnt up by the park stage? That seems narrow enough. Let's take a look. Searching, searching. Got it.
Okay, so he's been drawing the that woman and the kid that's at the entrance. Whew!
This looks like a sketchbook. Whoever this belonged to, they drew the same two people over and over again.
Over and over, huh? I know addictive behavior when we see it. Which two people?
A woman and a child. I think it's the same pair we saw outside the park.
Addicts. It's not enough we hurt ourselves. We hurt everyone around us. Hey, can we talk a bit more?
I guess.
So we read that journal of yours.
Impossible. It was burnt. I watched it burn. It's gone.
I read it, man. I'm sorry. You seem pretty obsessive with May Stein and her little girl.
It's gone. Please. It has to be gone. Both of us have to be gone.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
I messed up. Need to start over.
Oh, for 5 more minutes. Then we need to get home. Hey. You have this book?
Well, no. Not exactly. But we've seen it.
Who gave it to you?
Don't know his name, but he's a tall guy, goatee, scruffy, dirty blonde hair.
Sweetie, Mama's gonna step over there for a minute. You stay here, okay? Shit. Fuck, shit!
Are you alright?
Do I look all right? I just want him to leave us alone, okay? Apparently restraining orders aren't enough. Not for Amos Fennel. Did he give you those pictures?
That's what it is.
Is he selling them? Jesus Christ, he is, isn't he? God damn it!
No, he's dead.
He's... what?
I'm sorry. It's the truth. He's dead.
Of course he is. It was him, wasn't it? The guy who burned himself in the park. I didn't think it was real, but I should have known. It's exactly like him. Jesus, don't be. That guy scared the hell out of me. I suppose he's gone now. That's good, I guess.
I know it's hard, especially in front of the kid, but we need to know everything you can tell us.
Fine, I guess. It doesn't matter now, does it? Amos used to be a good guy. An artist, creative, really, really funny. June loved him, but then he moved in with us. And then he started getting obsessive.
Obsessive? Not in a devoted husband and father way, I imagine.
No, he started drawing pictures of us. It was sweet at first, but he wouldn't stop. Every scrap of paper, every surface, the walls, the floor, everything. I blamed that teacher of his.
Teacher?
Yeah, old Stan Bates around the block. Amos was fine before he started taking lessons with him. I mean, how crazy is it to draw obsessively and never stop for a break?
It's quite crazy.
Few hours? Why? Oh, look, I don't like that tone. June is fine. She isn't like him. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hey, can we talk a bit more?
I guess.
You did all this because of May Stein, didn't you?
Her gratitude is nothing. I had to cleanse.
Cleanse?
My feelings for May. They wouldn't leave me. I needed to cleanse them, the way Stan Bates taught me.
Stan Bates taught you to burn yourself?
No, he taught me to make a statement. Bring what's inside out into the open. It was the only way.
There are lots of ways to deal with a breakup. Burning yourself alive is not even on the list.
You don't understand. You don't know what it's like to have feelings you can't get rid of.
I understand, Amos. I understand more than you'd think.
You do?
I spent over a decade of my life trying to drink away feelings like that.
But not anymore.
No, I got help. I talk to people. Talking helps.
It does?
For a while. Then you have to do it again. So, do you want to talk to us about it?
More than anything.
Okay. Just take KK's hand, and we'll talk.
He's gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Come on, Juninator. It's way past your bedtime.
5 more minutes.
Okay, 5 more minutes. And I mean it this time.
I still think she's being a very bad parent from letting her kid like sit in the rain for like at least 2 hours, you know? Surely her kid's gonna get sick from that. I mean, it's not good for anyone to sit in the rain for that many hours.
Good evening to you. Amos Fennel. No, doesn't ring a bell.
He's the guy who set fire to himself in the park.
I see. No, I've not heard of him.
Sure you haven't.
Student? I'm no teacher. Who told you this?
May Stein. She used to date Amos.
Wait, that name sounds familiar. She has a young daughter, a budding little artist type?
That's right.
Aha, now I remember. Amos, huh? He gave me a different name when he came to see me. What is there to tell? Like many young artists, he was struggling, trying to find inspiration. So he would come and speak to me. He spoke about his lover. He was quite smitten. I encouraged him to channel that love. We later spoke about his heartbreak after they separated. I encouraged him to channel that as well. Hope I did some good.
I know what fire can do to people. There's nothing good about it.
He channeled his feelings into a work of art. How many can say the same? I call that a triumph. This neighborhood needs more of that. Well, what would you call it?
The man was obviously disturbed. Nobody in their right mind would do something like that.
I call it someone needing help.
Perhaps you were both correct. Perhaps it doesn't matter. Art speaks different words to different people, and the art of Amos spoke louder than most. I know the child. She walks down this block on her way home from school. She's shown me some of her pictures. Quite a budding talent. I'm happy to encourage her. You mean Clay Chipman? I see him every morning. His shop is not exactly out of my way. He feels frustrated, often. He desires to say something, but all he knows is baking. As I always tell him, sometimes the artist doesn't choose the medium chooses you.
Medium. Did he have to use that word?
anyone who chooses to speak with me. I'm usually here in this spot. I'm always willing to chat. For what reason? I have no statement to make. As I've stated, my muse has long since departed. I'm a... what?
I should have seen it. We all should have seen it.
What are you talking about?
This neighborhood, all the extreme bursts of creativity, it all centers around you.
Me? I'm nobody. Just a washed-up artist. My muse has left.
Of course you don't have a muse. You are a muse.
Are you insane? Or am I? I want to say a rational one. But since when do I trade in reality?
I ask myself that every day. Look, maybe we should have this conversation inside.
Yes, of course. Please, come in. You must be soaking.
Huh.
Well, here we are. Is something the matter? Some 30-odd years. Why?
30 years? This place doesn't look like it's been lived in for 30 minutes.
I admit, as I've gotten older, I've enjoyed life's little pleasures less and less. So I've sold a few things. Things that I no longer need.
It's like Callie said. A muse can inspire art, but can't appreciate it.
I see. I understand. I admit I have been feeling different. I just thought I was getting old.
Don't worry. We can fix this. It's kind of our thing.
Wait, you want to cure me? That hardly matters. Not in the grand scheme of things. Sure, I get no pleasure from a painting or a book or even food. But giving artists inspiration, artists like Amos, like June, like Clay, that gives me immense satisfaction.
Amos killed himself. June and Clay are working themselves to death. Whatever power you have, it's out of control.
Their deaths carry more meaning than their lives ever will. For years,
horrible.
I've seen the city turn its collective back on the art community, replacing us with bland corporate chains. Now we can reverse it. Go back to the way things were. And you want to stop it? I don't believe you want that. You can't want that. Let me prove it to you. I have a simple question for you. May I ask it? I'm here. I'm part of the creative force that surrounds you. Now please, I've answered your question. Will you answer mine? I've connected you to the creative energy of the universe. I think I always knew it was there, but I'm more aware of it now, thanks to you. Now, may I ask you my question? Thank you. My question is simple. What are you feeling right now? Nothing. Nothing at all. Pardon me if I seem skeptical. We are emotional beings. You must be feeling something. So I ask again, what are you feeling? Yes, you do seem slightly tetchy. Could I ask why? Greet me. You barely know me. Your anger comes much too quick to be directed at me. Anger can be a powerful source of energy, but you need to channel it. You cannot let it control you. You must dig deep, connect with it, bring it to the surface. This is the power of the creative force. It's the greatest gift we as humans are given, but it must be used. If ignored, it could do unimaginable harm.
Actually, let's go back to the house first and see if we can see
His eyes are on me. His eyes are always on me.
Can't go back. You reach the end. Then what? It's there. It's always there.
Okay, I think we're gonna need Callie's help. Being that she used to be a moose, she should know a way out of it, right?
Oh, it's you. Sorry if I don't get up. I'm a little out of breath. Help? Me? Hey, wait a sec. Where's the fire mage and Mr. Big Shoulders? I thought you Unavowed types worked in a team.
Oh, we do, yeah.
Whammied. I like that word. Wait, why did you summon a muse in the first place? He forced the creative energy on you? That's insane. You're lucky to be alive. You can't just force someone to create. You have to be ready. If not, you'll burn out. Your friends, where are they? A trance? That can't be good. Take me to them. Mr. Fire Mage! Hello? Mr. Fire Mage? I've never seen the Muse's power abused like this. Stanley Bates has no idea what he is doing. It's as he said. He's forced the creative energy into your minds. He is buried deep, struggling to connect with a deeper part of himself, one that he can express through art. I think his motives were good, only he doesn't know what he's doing. The subject has to be willing. They have to be ready to confront whatever is inside. Your friends aren't. And unless we help them with that, they will die. No, that would be kind of bad. Like, brain explodey bad. I'm a bit useless here, but you're kind of not. You Unavowed guys, you have a link, right? Something connecting you? You can use that. Try and connect to your friend. See if you can help. It shouldn't be hard. Eli is in a heightened mental state at the moment. Connecting to his mind won't be hard if you focus. Just touch him on the head and, well, think about him. Your friend is going to be vulnerable, scared, confused. So, be gentle. Good luck.
You can't hear her. Why should you? I can barely hear her myself. Soon I won't be able to hear her at all. I can't forget. I can't forget. If I forget that, I lose everything. Forget what I am. Forget that I'm human. My wife, Donna. You've seen her picture. It's in my lab. The picture helps. But it's not enough. It's old. It's grainy. It's black and white. It's been over 60 years. I'm forgetting. Her eyes. I don't remember the color of her eyes. You don't have a family, do you? You wouldn't ask that if you did. Do you know what family does? It makes you better. It makes you want to do better. Everything I did, everything I was, I do because of them. Once I forget her eyes, Then I forget her face. Then I forget Gloria. And Julie. Then I'll forget myself. I'll forget I ever cared about anyone. And when there's nothing left, I become him. No, I wouldn't. I'd never turn into Alden. I'd rather die first. If I can't remember her eyes, I should die. Why can't I remember? What do you mean? Her eyes aren't important? You're right. The eyes are just the surface, aren't they? The eyes are the window to the soul, so it said. And that I remember. Her light, so warm, so bright, all for me. So fierce, so protective. The way she'd gaze over our children. The connection she shared with them. Like a secret only they knew. One color doesn't do it justice. Huh? What just happened?
Hey, you did it!
Did what? That eye. It's everything. You could get lost in it. Sorry. My head, I think I need to sit down.
It's still behind me. I know it is. But the end of the road is coming. Oh, it's there. It's always there. 6 years. 6 years I've been on this road. It hasn't caught me yet. But the end is coming. Not today. Someday. You can't just beat something like this. It's always with you. Always. Just one misstep. Just one moment of weakness. Then it starts again. The blacking out. Starting fights. Waking up in strangers' beds, ending up in the hospital over and over. I only just managed to build my life again. I won't go back. I can't go back. So I gotta keep busy. Gotta keep distracted. The end is coming. It's coming so fast. I know that. It helps. But this is my fight. Nobody else can do it for me. You die, man. What do you think? It's a race. To reach the end before the monster gets you. I plan on making it. But it's hard. The shit I see every day. It's hard. In the program, you see folks who have been sober for 30, 40 years. And most of them, they're mean. You know why? They don't want to feel. Because feeling things, that leads to drinking. But me, I have to feel. I have no choice. Sad stories shoved in my face every day. Death and misery every day pushes you toward the monster. Nothing to be proud of. I'm hanging by my fingernails. One step ahead of the monster. Does it matter? It's out there. It's coming for me. And it's gonna get me. Look like? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Why should it matter? I don't need to know. I don't want to know. You never saw me outside of Sammy's, so don't pretend you know me. I'm not ignoring this. I don't even know what this is. But that's your point, isn't it? I need to know what I'm fighting if I'm gonna fight it. The monster. It looks like... Gotta be careful of this guy. He's... Huh? Whoa, KK. Calm down. I'm fine. I'm okay. I was just...
There you guys are. What the heck just happened?
We're wondering the same thing.
Died?
Stan hit you both with a creative force. It almost burned you up.
KK says we went into some kind of trance. She was scared to death.
But it was worth it, wouldn't you say? Do you see it now? Do you see what I can offer? This whole neighborhood, the whole world. But I didn't. They're more alive than ever. You and your friends, you just received a deep, clear understanding of your deepest selves.
You're swinging the creative force around like a sledgehammer. You could have killed them.
Nothing great is achieved without risk.
Oh my god, my power's in the hands of a total idiot. Seriously, you all need to kill him. Kill him now before he kills someone else.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me.
I agree, he should be stopped. But killed? Is that really necessary?
He didn't actually kill anyone on purpose, did he? Maybe he deserves another chance.
This is insanity. Don't I have a say in this? I've been given this tremendous gift, and you don't want it to be used. I don't understand.
No, duh, you don't understand. That's the problem.
If I used my gift improperly, then I'm sorry. I can learn.
It's too late for that. So, how is this going to go? No, I can't.
You can't?
Nope.
I'm not so old that I can't be taught.
I'm not being cute. I really can't. Creative energy runs on instinct, emotion, feelings. Can't teach that.
You must have learned somehow, didn't you?
I was given the power at a young age. I grew up with it. You didn't. So, I'm sorry, it can't be done.
Until today, I didn't even know I had this power, let alone that I was killing people. Perhaps forcing it on you three was wrong. I'm sorry, I didn't know what I was doing.
And how many are going to die before you figure it out?
I will try not to let that happen. Let me live and I'll try. That I promise you.
Stan, we're trying to avoid killing you. Please work with us.
I meant what I said. I will try not to let that happen again.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Callie, this power came from you, right? It's part of you.
Yeah, so?
So you should be able to pull it back into yourself, if you focus hard enough.
You think if I wanted that, I wouldn't have done it already? Thanks, no, I'm happy the way I am.
As am I. You can't give me such a gift and then take it away.
Trust. Yeah, we all deserve that. When I came into
I think
my
killing him
power,
is a bit
I
extreme.
thought I was a monster. I was given a chance to prove otherwise. Maybe you deserve that chance too.
There's an AA chapter that meets 5 blocks from here. The All Saints Church. You know it?
I do, but how will that help? I don't even drink.
Doesn't matter. It's about regaining some control over yourself. Please, just think about it.
You're just going to stand back and leave him like this? You know what? I don't even care. I'm a mundane human now. This is none of my business. Good luck, Stan Bates. You're gonna need it.
More rain. Too bad I can't do anything about that. Yet.
Oh.
Ah, you are awake. Good. Did I oversleep? Sorry about that.
It is no matter. I used the extra time for training.
I was gonna say, it's good to see you back at it.
It feels good as well. The routine helps.
Is Eli downstairs? I thought I'd check in on him.
He is rarely anywhere else.
Okay, I'll leave you to your training.
Thank you.
Hey, Eli.
Oh, hey, just a sec. What's up?
Just wanted to check in before we head out again. Everything okay?
Yeah, sure. I'm still processing everything from last night. Leaving Stan with his powers like that? I just hope he figures it out before someone else dies. It's a complicated question, isn't it?
Killing someone in cold blood isn't how we do things, is it?
Yeah, you're right. I can think of worse policies to have.
Ugh.
Something wrong?
Nothing. Sorry, just a headache. It's nothing. How about you head upstairs?
Yeah, sure. See you there.
Listen, you. I fought tooth and nail to get back into this body, and I'm not giving it up again now. So you stay calm, and you stay quiet, until I figure out how to shut you up for good.
Maybe. Eventually. But it'll be too late by then. So, just relax, would you? I can't focus with you jabbering away in my head. Nope. Don't think I'll be doing that. It doesn't matter. You'll go to sleep in time, just like you did before. I'll just have to ignore you till then.
Hey, you alright? You're looking a little intense there.
Me? Sorry, I was just reading that poster over there.
You mean the ad for Wellard beer?
That's the one. Sammy used to tell me never buy any liquor advertised on the subway.
Good advice. She always did have the good stuff. Do you, ever miss the place?
Sometimes. It's a little hard to think about.
Yeah, I get you.
Sorry. I shouldn't be thinking about the past so much.
It happens to all of us. Don't worry.
We all face an uncertain future.
Huh? No, I didn't say anything.
Something wrong?
KK says someone's calling your name.
She is?
I swear to God, I'm not saying your name.
Oh, is this our stop?
What's wrong? What? She's possessed again.
What? You know, I really thought I could make it work this time.
Jesus, what hit me? Oh, crap. Guys, wake up.
Don't be so sure. It took them a year to find me the first time, and that's only because I screwed up. They took so long I didn't even notice them on my tail until it was too late. I got cocky. What can I say? I'm only human. Yeah, very clever. Wait, you're not kidding, are you? Oh my god, that's kind of funny. Just the irony. You wouldn't get it. Don't know. I've been running through these old maintenance tunnels at random. If I don't know where we're going, then nobody else will either. I'll find an exit eventually. Then, I'll plan my next move. I've had longer shifts at the bar. I can handle this. Also, regenerative magic, that helps too. It's getting away from you that I want. Everything else is just a bonus. They aren't your feet. If I can take it, so can you. Figure out what to do with you to start with. Really, you're nothing but trouble. I guess technically that's true, but how was I supposed to know that it would lead to this? Just the irony. You wouldn't get it.
Hi.
Oh, it's you. Oh my god, shut up!
Yeah, my kids used to say that when I told them to clean their room. Guess how well it turned out for them. Here's a hint. Not as bad as it'll turn out for you.
How the hell did you find me down here?
Oh, that? I've got your energy signature, remember? From the ritual knife?
The what?
Forgot about that, did you? We couldn't find you before because we could only track the version of you that possessed that body. So, thanks. You actually made our jobs much easier.
Easier, huh? I know where your power comes from, Fire Mage. I know how it works. You think I can't defend against you? Just try it.
Me? No, I wouldn't dream of it. I'm just the distraction.
Huh?
Hey, wait. Hey, long time no see.
Logan, what are you doing here?
I shouldn't be here. I know, but I need your help. It's my brother. You remember Jonah? He's in there. He's bad. Badder than me on my worst day. Your boss called me to take him home, but...
I understand. I'll get him out.
Thanks. Really. I thought I could go in myself, but I don't think I can. The first thing they tell you is not to enter a gin joint if you can avoid it. I've gone 4 years. I can't lose them. Not even for him.
I'll go in with you.
No, I told you. I can't go in there. Please, just talk to him, okay? He practically lives in this place. You know him better than I do. And don't tell your boss I'm out here. I don't think she likes me too much these days.
You can relax. I'm here.
I haven't relaxed since I took over this shithole. But this is the last straw. Fuck this. After tonight, I'm done. I quit.
What's wrong?
It's Jonah. You know Jonah, right? He's lost it in my bar, and I can't get him out. I thought Logan was a mean drunk, but Jonah, he's worse. He came in here all twitchy and looking scared. He asked for a whiskey and I gave it to him. Then he started crying. Then he started screaming. Now he's locked himself in that damn bathroom.
Did you call the police?
You kidding? You think they'll come to this neighborhood? Maybe in an hour if they come at all. No, we're stuck with him. But maybe, look, maybe you can get him out of there. He's always listened to you.
I'm his bartender. I'm good at that.
You better be, after all I taught you. Now we get to see how good you really are. Look, just get him out the door. You can scream at the rats in the park for all I care. I'll just wait here. Oh, the key? Yeah, I guess that'll work.
I'll handle it, boss. Don't worry.
Don't look at me like that. You want the truth? I didn't use the key because Jonah's scaring the hell out of me. I was gonna give the key to Logan, but he's a no-show. Guess he'll have to do.
I should try talking to him before I barge in.
Go away, Sammy.
It's not Sammy, Jonah.
You! What did you do to me?
Me? What are you talking about?
The book! You said it would help. It just made everything worse.
Calm down, Jonah. Open the door.
No, I'm gonna end it all. Right here, right now.
What? No, don't do that yet.
Yet?
Jesus, you know what I mean. Just let me in.
Fuck you!
Jonah? Jonah!
What did I tell you?
Yeah, he's lost it.
No kidding. Hey, look. I'll deal with Jonah. It's my bar. I should handle it.
No, it's okay. I got this.
You sure?
Yeah, I know Jonah. I can sweet talk him into anything.
Yeah, I bet you can.
I locked that door for a reason.
Oh, for God's sake, Jonah, really? This is how you deal with your problems? By blowing your brains out? In front of your spirit guide, too? What would she think?
You can't see them, can you? This room is full of ghosts, called by this book. She can barely see me or you. Whatever happens here, she won't even know. Funny, that's kind of what I wanted. Her not to be watching me all the time. Guess I got my wish, huh?
Yeah, ironic.
Sorry I was so nasty to you. I know you tried to help, but I can't live like this. You get that, right?
Sure, Jonah. I get it.
Could you do it? I can't. I've been trying, but I can't.
Sure, Jonah.
Thank you.
Maybe I should take that book, too?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh God, this is it. Just make it quick, and tell Logan I'm sorry.
You did good, Jonah. You primed the pump nicely.
Huh?
The pump, Jonah. Some low-level magic to get things started. That and some good old-fashioned blood sacrifice.
What do you mean?
God, you always were stupid. Oh, great Mel Caressa, spirit of knowledge, come to me. I give you this body as your refuge in this world. Whew, that's a rush.
What the hell happened? Was that a gunshot?
Oh, shut up, Sammy. Oh, hello. Mel Caressa, is it? Welcome to my brain, I guess. Yeah, the book warned me that might happen. You share your knowledge with me, and I share my memories with you. You're like an encyclopedia. You have data, but you don't know how to think. I can do that for you. Speaking of, is there really a dryad trapped in the North Woods? Amazing. Is something wrong? Oh, don't worry about them. They had it coming. You didn't do anything. It just feels like you did because we're sharing memories. Besides, you're an incorporeal demon with no mind of your own. Why do you even care? Okay, look. No, I am in control here, not you. You can rewrite memories, can't you? Yeah, you can. I can see it. Remember this night however you want to. Whatever makes you live with yourself. As for me, I have business to take
so that's
care
why
of
the
outside.
you see it different at the beginning is because Mel Caressa rewrit
May you
it.
be snatched away from this place.
Let go of me!
You are no longer welcome, wicked spirit. The hands you control will no longer do your bidding. In the name of myself, my witness, and the soul whom you hold captive, I cast you out!
Now, KK. Turn it on now.
Did we get it?
Oh yeah, we got it. We friggin' got it.
So, how do you feel?
Yeah. Are you... you? What the hell does that mean?
Guys? Are demons supposed to look human?
What do you mean?
This demon, it looks like... yeah.
What?
Yeah. Care to tell us why? Come on. We could always count on you to be honest at the bar. Can't you be honest with us now?
You're Mel Caressa? But that means...
That means you exercised the wrong spirit. Twice. Morons.
You're not the demon?
He gets it. I'd clap, but, you know.
But how? It shouldn't be possible to exercise a human soul. You fry it.
Lucky for me, you suck at this.
You be quiet.
Eli, the words in that exorcism spell, they do not actually specify demon, do they?
No, it's broader than that. The exact words were... wicked spirit.
Yeah, well, I always was good at pretending. Even at that damn bar, I did nothing but pretend. nodding while some corporate drone got shit-faced and complained about his day. Hearing about every breakup, every hookup, every goddamn sob story, I'd nod and pretend I understood. Hell, even complete teetotalers thought I was a great bartender.
What are you talking about?
Oh, hey, Logan. You should have seen the look on your brother's face when I shot him. He died as he lived, with a drunken, stupid look on his face.
You're crazy.
No, this is who I am. This is who I always was. When I got my body back, I thought I could pretend again. Go back to living a normal life. But that's not possible, is it? And maybe that's a good thing. I am so sick of pretending.
Oh God, shut up already! Logan, can you and the kids zap her into the afterlife or something?
I don't think so. She's not actually dead, is she?
What do you think I am, some helpless ghost? I've learned a lot from you, Melcaressa. I still have power at my disposal, body or no body. See you soon.
Oh, you're up. We were taking turns watching you. You know, just in case. Yeah, had to be done. Listen to you. You sound like, well, like you. I don't know what to think. I just don't. I remember when that picture was taken. Do you remember anything about that night? Yeah, we were all so proud of him. But my point is, we were happy that night. You guys were like family. You, that other you, was my friend. But she wasn't. She hated me, hated Jonah, hated everything. I just gotta know, why? Do you remember, somewhere in that head of hers? Okay, that's all I needed to hear. See you downstairs.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right, but maybe it's for the best. Hey, she's here.
You better get over here.
Yes, we have come to a decision.
Jesus, don't be so overdramatic.
Indeed, we were only discussing the trains.
Yeah, the F train is down, so we're gonna have to take the 6 and then transfer.
It's the only way to get down to Wall Street.
Especially at this hour.
It is as we said, no more and no less.
Look, so you're not who you thought you were. From what we just learned, that's a good thing. My old bartender's out there doing God knows what. You're here trying to take her down.
In terms of the big picture, nothing has changed. Our goal remains the same. Assuming you are still with us?
Of course I am.
That's what we'd like to hear.
So, what should we call you?
Yeah, we can't keep calling you by the same name. Simple. I like it.
Craving simplicity. I can understand. A fine choice. Mel.
You are if you want to be. That's really all there is to it. We're ready to go when you are.
No, not now. Maybe later.
Eh?
Not you. KK
Hey,
keeps
Papa,
asking
how
to
you
see
doing?
that movie. Squirrel Team 13, Squirrels in London.
They're still making them?
We've still got one place to disconnect from to open the portal, I believe.
Feels so good to be back down here.
Oh, the prrrs.
The buildings might be different, but it still feels the same. Time can't...
Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. I really don't want to talk, okay? Please, I'm not in the mood.
They sit in their tower, believing they are giants. That they're too important, too vital to fit. All right, society is being consumed by a terminal poison. We've been robbed and nobody sees it. So no, madam, I am not all right. I am in great pain, as we all are. Help? Can you help the ant under the fascist's boot? No. It is already too late. The battle is lost. The future has been taken, and nobody can help because they don't see. The only void is the dark emptiness inside the Grant City Trust. They are the cancerous tumor, poisoning society and stealing our future. But nobody sees it. They can't. Screaming into the abyss in the hope that someone hears me. Can you hear me?
It would be difficult for us not to hear you.
You hear with your ears, but not your mind. You are asleep. Wake up, please. Yes, it has. Taken by us. For the benefit of them, the giants on high. Pity the few who are chosen. They know not why. I know. I just hoped. No, this is my cross to bear. Yes, because I am the only one awake. Please wake up. Please. They believe they are giants, looking down at us from the clouds and calling us losers. But they are the losers. They would be nothing if it weren't for us. They are a cancer on society, taking our future, taking our lives.
That's not something to say lightly.
I mean precisely what I say. In the clouds, looking down at us from the clouds and calling us losers. But they are the losers. They would be nothing if it weren't for us.
An imposing structure.
It's not that big, compared to other firms in the area anyway.
Such tall buildings are a relatively new concept.
They sit in their tower, believing they are giants.
I won't let one mistake destroy everything I've built. I won't. Too many depend on us. There's too much at stake. Yes, I know this. I'm too old for flippancy. The trust must survive. If we go down, it would be catastrophic. You told me you could make all this go away. Is this true? It's lying that got us into this mess. Be sure to remember that. Listen, Miss... What was your name again? It is not my nature to trust anyone, least of all a stranger. And yet, I think you're the woman for the job. Whatever it is you need to do, do it, with my blessing. Let's go to my office and discuss this privately.
Something tells me this help doesn't involve a low-interest loan.
Is everything all right? Should I call an ambulance?
Oh, hi. No. Our friend is just having an episode. She gets them sometimes.
No, never mind. It's not my problem.
See? Totally fine.
Well, you seem all right. Just be careful around here. Well, just be careful.
Well, that was awkward.
I forgot what it said on the flyer. It said something. 1 second. You find it and then write it down. For E. How's my mouse gone? There we go.
I'm sorry about Kalash. For what it's worth, I miss him too.
He died as he lived.
Yeah, who was
defending this city.
You did?
Come on.
You know where
He
he
was
is?
your father. It's okay to mourn him.
Then why?
I have
Just
shed
stop
enough
bothering
tears.
me.
I will finish what he started.
Well, I've got your back. You know that.
They sit in their tower, believing they are giants. In the clouds. But they are the losers.
Was meant to be. Trim the sails and roam the sea.
Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you, thank you.
Jason. That was the name of the man in your vision, was it not?
Jason Grant? I don't believe it.
You know this man?
Sure I know him. Well, knew him back in the 60s. Jason was just a fresh-faced kid then. He sure got old.
Hey folks. It isn't late in Beijing, or in Australia. Global world of finance. Someone is always working here, which means someone is always at this desk. Sure, just show me your ID and I'll buzz you right in. Not really. I mean, he walked past the desk every day. He'd say hello, but we never really talked. I guess we never will now. Poor guy. Had a heart attack just outside the door. Was waiting for his car service when, poof, out like a light. The guy was fit, too. Well, fit for a 73-year-old.
So it was a natural death.
Nobody killed him, if that's what you're saying. He was just stressed out. I don't care how in shape you are. If you can't relax, you're not healthy. Well, like I said, I saw him every day. We didn't talk much, but he was always laughing and joking with people. But towards the end, he was always alone. He never laughed. He never smiled. He looked, well, stressed. Maybe it's the economy. You keep hearing it's bouncing back, but maybe he knew something we plebs didn't. That would be Roy Fellows. I don't know much about him.
Why is that?
Because I never see the guy. If he ever comes and goes, it's never when I'm on shift. No, like I said, I never see the guy. But the lights are still on, and I still get paid, so I figure he's doing all right. Well, he named this bank after himself. I honestly don't know much. Nice enough guy, but I don't know much else. Sorry. See you around.
They sit in their tower, believing they're... He was crushed.
Crushed?
Crushed by the tower edifice of evil that he created. The future was taken because of him. It is as they say, what goes around comes around. He deserved no less.
Come on. Nobody deserves to be crushed to death.
Do not doubt me. My name is Hugh Kravitz, and I speak the truth.
I have been asking myself the same question.
Really? You've never had trouble before.
This case is unique. His words ring false, but I sense no deception within him. He is telling the truth, just not with his words.
You are awake. You see.
I cannot deny it.
Then seek the truth. Find it. Destroy it. Please.
I will do my best.
He rests at the top of the towering edifice. All answer to him. He answers to nobody. Fellows is untouchable.
He's in denial, maybe?
No. His words are twisted. They approach the truth from behind, never directly. Why not speak plainly, Hugh? It is not always easy, but it is always better.
I can't. I can only speak as plainly as I am allowed.
Allowed? Do you mean to say that you're under some kind of compulsion?
No.
Lie. Thank you, Hugh. Whatever has transpired here, we will uncover it.
I stand in the shadow of the greatest evil of all, the Grant City Trust.
The banking firm? They did this to you.
The Grant City Trust has done many things to many people. What's one more? Thank you.
Eli, I must apologize to you.
Huh? What for?
My father's passing. I am having difficulty processing it.
You don't need to apologize for that.
Yes? You call this wall street. I recall when this street was literally a wall. Although at the time it was called a fortification. A rotting, wooden, ramshackle thing. It kept out the odd wild animal, but it did little to prevent that tribe of imps from bursting through. I spent weeks chasing them down. I never did find them all. I assume their descendants live here still. I think we should learn more about the madman by the charging bull. Throughout history, men like him have been ignored. Sometimes for good reason, sometimes not. Yes, let us proceed.
What's up? You kidding? This is the financial capital of the country, maybe the world. This is where it all happens. Right here, in every boardroom of every building. Empires rise and fall.
And burn. The Great Fire in 1835 was sparked by a gas leak nearby. It was horrific.
But we rebuilt, right? The financial district rose up from the ashes stronger than ever. I knew some good people here. Sometimes I wonder what happened to them. Well, I am. This was my old stomping grounds, back in my mundane days. I spent half my life here. My firm had dealings with all the major banks. Home-fed, Downey, Gibraltar. Of course, they're all closed now. Guess they couldn't handle it without me. I'm wondering if that guy by the charging bull has anything useful to say, or if he's just crazy. Maybe we should learn more about him.
Maybe we go back inside and ask the security guy if he knows anything about him. That's what I'd assume to do anyway.
They sit in their tower, believing they are giants.
Hey, folks. I have no idea. Sorry.
Your apology is appreciated, because I know you are lying.
Huh?
Please, it is important. Who is Hugh Kravitz?
Look, you seem like decent people, and it's not like you can't look this up online anyway. Hugh Kravitz used to be a vice president of this bank. Look, I like my job here, so I've said all I'm gonna say. Sorry. See you around.
They sit in their tower, believing they are That changes nothing. I have witnessed the corruption firsthand. The poison, the festering malignancy, the...
Please continue, Hugh. The what?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
You are lying again, Hugh.
If I speak lies, it is because the truth burns.
Then perhaps you should write it down.
That also must burn. It has no choice.
Burn? Are you saying you wrote down the truth and you burned it?
Burning documents? A vice president could be fired for something like that.
But you were. Ah, I see. Thank you.
Ah, so now we maybe can get
What's
him to
up?
fire read something.
Sure, but let's get away from the mundanes first. The veil only goes so far. Right behind you. What's up? I'll do my best. What do you need? I don't see why not.
Oh, look, it really plummeted there, look. And then went straight back up.
Jesus. A kid. He took a kid.
They sit in their tower, believing they are giants. That they're... What? You mean you can see? See the truth?
Sure, we can see the truth. You took a kid.
A child is in danger. Your silence helps nobody.
I can't.
Your compulsion makes it difficult, but not impossible. You must try, please.
The truth hurts. Hurts my head. It hurts so much.
Look, Hugh, we want to help you, but we can't if you don't give us something. Anything.
I cannot speak the truth. I did not kidnap a child.
You are lying. Good.
Mr. Fellows did not force me to steal a baby boy. That boy was not named Elijah Cook. The boy did not belong to my closest friend and co-worker, who I can't look in the eye anymore, and God help me!
Jesus, what happened?
Hugh tried to get around his compulsion. It appears to have fought back.
We should call an ambulance.
I agree. I only hope his mind will be intact.
We've done all we can for her. Let's get to the bottom of this.
I wonder if we can talk to the woman about her child though, and just say we know what's happened.
What? You do? Hugh? I know he's been disturbed lately, but he wouldn't. He just wouldn't. You better come up. I'll buzz you in.
You're the one who collapsed on the street earlier, weren't you? I honestly don't care. You said you have information about my son? It's been 3 months. I thought the police had given up. But you're not really the police, are you? Trust you? I don't even know you.
My name is Montana. This is Eli.
I see. Appropriate.
Appropriate?
Nothing. Everyone thinks I made it up. They think I'm crazy. But I know what I saw. I know what happened.
You can trust us. Whatever you tell us, we'll believe you.
He disappeared right in front of my eyes. I took him out in the stroller. We go running in the morning, and he just vanished. I mean that literally. He vanished. I saw him smile. I heard him laugh. He always laughed when the sun hit his eyes. Then he just melted into nothing. I thought I was having a breakdown. I thought I left him in his crib or something. But I looked everywhere. He was just gone. The police don't believe me. They think I was negligent, that I left him alone, that I'm a bad mother. But I'm not. I saw what I saw. He disappeared. I don't care if you believe me. He just needs to be found. You said Hugh Kravitz was involved. Is that true?
Yes. Hugh Kravitz was forced to do it by his boss at the Grant City Trust.
Hugh and the Grant City Trust. I never liked that place. I never liked this city. We should have just stayed down in Florida.
Can we ask you a few questions about what happened?
Sure. Whatever it takes. He was friends with my husband. They're co-workers. Or rather, they were co-workers. Hugh got promoted a few months ago. We had him over to celebrate. It was... Jesus. It was the night before Elijah disappeared. I never noticed that connection before. Why would I? But how? Why?
We don't know. I'm sorry.
What about Hugh? He's always outside the bank. Did you ask him?
He's kind of unconscious right now.
Of course he is. I don't know. He would never talk to me. He wouldn't look me in the eye. I guess now I know why. Didn't he, die? I don't know much about him. Sorry. Travis doesn't live here anymore. He went to a hotel, I think. He won't tell me where. Yes, he did. He says he can't look at me. He can't talk to me. He thinks I'm crazy. He thinks I'm the one who lost Elijah. Maybe I can't blame him. I don't know.
That's awful. Families should stick together in times like this.
Maybe, but we're not family anymore.
Of course you are.
Tell him that, if you can find him. Yeah. Cedar Key. Born and raised. Same as my husband, Travis. He applied to the Grant City Trust on a whim. Didn't expect to actually get hired. And now, here we are. Like I said, I took him outside for a walk in the sun. Then he just disappeared. I didn't imagine it. I know what I saw. If you think it will help, I'll just be here.
Vandana, look. Is that cast off? It's cast off, isn't it?
The residue left behind when powerful magic is used. Yes.
Jesus. They veiled it, too. Clever. Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it by now.
Even so, at least we know she was telling the truth.
Yeah, we know she isn't crazy. Too bad we can't tell her that. Are they still making these toys? I remember buying one for my youngest back in the 60s. His name was Griff, I think. Jesus, she loved that thing.
That's the same bear that Rosangela had in the Blackwell series. I thought that was going to let us click on what's on the wall there, but it won't. Okay. Reminder bear. Wouldn't that be the password? Did you say the bear was called Griff, wasn't it?
Are they still making these toys? His name was Griff, I think. Jesus, she loved...
Ah. Oh, this is like one of the emails I used to get in the other game. Oh my god.
Julie? Gloria? Elijah? It can't be.
Eli? Oh.
You see it. You know.
No, Eli, I do not. Not for sure.
No, I suppose not. It's impossible. Is that a passport? Let's take a look.
Eli, look. The resemblance. It cannot be denied.
No, I can't believe it. It's impossible.
I am sorry.
No, I need to be sure. I need to talk to Mrs. Cook again. She would know. She has to. Could I ask you a question, Miss Cook?
Sure.
Your son, Elijah, did you name him after anyone?
Is it important?
Yes.
I think it was Travis's idea. Yeah, his grandfather. It was his grandfather's name.
His grandfather was named Elijah.
Well, Eli. But that's short for Elijah, isn't it? Isn't that your name too?
It's Elliot.
Sorry?
My name, Eli. It's short for Elliot, not Elijah. But you had no way of knowing that.
I'm sorry?
Never mind, it's nothing. We're going to find your son, I promise you. Whatever it takes. Come on, let's go.
Eli, I know what you're thinking.
No, Mandy. You really don't.
Eli? Eli! Eli, please, talk to us.
I want to burn it. I want to burn that bank to the ground. What could stop me? Hell, who could stop me? You damn well better. I wasn't going to do it. Don't worry, I'm not him. But I want to. I really want to. You understand that, right?
Mm-hmm. Eli, you know where this path leads.
You promised, Madonna. You and Kalash. You said if I faked my death, if I cut off all contact with my family, they'd be safe.
Safe from Alden's hunters, yes. This is something else.
Yeah, it's something else, all right. They're gonna be sorry.
Of that I have no doubt.
Listen, I'm coming with you on this. That's not up for debate. This is family. You don't get between me and family.
I pity anyone who would try.
Hey, folks. Nope, never heard of him.
He works for this bank.
You want to know how many people go by my desk every day? Gotta be thousands. Some of them I know, most of them I don't. A kidnapped baby? Jeez, that's terrible. But sorry, I haven't heard anything.
He is telling the truth. Let us not push him further.
I shouldn't, but what the hell? Go right ahead.
You are lying.
Well, duh. Sorry, I'm just messing with you guys. The late shift gets boring. What can I say? See you around. Is this supposed to be your passport? Then I don't know why you're showing it to me.
Why are you showing that to me? It's... Oh, right. Good idea. Give it here. Thank you for finding my passport, miss. Hi.
Yeah, what's up?
I lost my ID card. I've got my passport here, though. That'll work, right?
Sure will. What's your name?
Travis Cook. Here you go. Is, everything okay?
This passport picture was taken last year?
Yeah, sure was.
Dude, you've lost a lot of weight. What's your secret?
Oh, that. I've been doing, jazzercise? That's still a thing, right?
You're asking the wrong guy, believe me. Anyway, let's look you up. Travis Cook, here we go. Oh, looks like you have access to the 14th floor. I can issue you a temporary ID good for 24 hours. Drop HR a line and they'll replace the one you lost.
Oh, I'll be sure to do that. And can I bring my 2 colleagues up?
As long as they're with you, here's your card, and I'll open the elevator for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's my job, man. Have a good night.
Hew.
Oh, the line. Sorry, Madonna. Did it hurt?
I will manage. You are not the most skilled of liars, Eli.
The guard believed me. That's all that matters.
Oh.
You still owe me a favor, Mr. Kravitz.
Mr. Fellows, I can't. He's my friend, and it's a child, just a baby.
That is precisely the point, Mr. Kravitz. Tell me honestly, Mr. Kravitz, did you really believe you were promoted due to your work performance?
I wasn't?
No, Mr. Kravitz. You have a close relationship with the Cook family, one that I chose to exploit. Tonight, Mr. Kravitz, when you celebrate your promotion with the Cooks, place the charm around the baby's neck, Mr. Kravitz. When the sun rises, the child will be mine.
I told you I won't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry, who are you?
This is Mel Carissa, a close associate, quite unlike you, Mr. Kravitz. You, Mr. Kravitz, are breaking the law of my people.
I'm what?
You owe me a favor, and that means you're mine.
Owing a favor? Does that mean what I think it means?
Only one race of being trades in favors.
Yeah, the Fae. Has
Wow.
Travis been living in here?
Looks like it, I don't know.
I know that book. It's the premier guide on S-Corp tax code. Or at least it was. It's about 2 decades out of date.
Old man. Snake, dog, man? So like 3, 1, 4, 2, right? I'm guessing it's like a code. You know, like how many legs they stand on kind of thing. Or would it be 0? The snakes. Either 1 or 0, right?
So quiet. I imagine this place must be bustling during the day.
Fortunate for us, it is night.
Yes, it was 0 because snakes have no legs.
It's him. It's really him. Yeah, of course I should talk to him. This is family. Look, could you two step back for a bit? I'd prefer to handle this alone. I know, and thank you. Right. Hi. Excuse me, I said...
Yeah, I heard you. I was just... Sorry, do I know you? Hey, are you alright?
No. Yes, I mean, I'm fine.
I might have a tissue somewhere if you need it.
I'm fine. It's just... Damn it, I'm sorry.
Look, it's okay. You obviously came up here to be alone. So did I.
I'll go. This was a bad idea.
No, don't do that. Maybe we can talk instead. It could help, you never know.
Jesus. You are comforting me.
Am I? I don't know. I've never been good at that kind of thing. I'm Travis Cook, Compliance and Investment Research.
I know.
You do?
Your son. His name is Elijah, right? We're looking for him.
You're here about Elijah?
Yes.
Why didn't you say that?
I should have. It's complicated. I'm sorry.
I don't care. If you have something to tell me, tell me.
Your son was taken by Hugh Kravitz.
You're kidding. Hugh? The guy ranting outside the building. That Hugh.
Yeah. He was a friend of yours?
Kind of. We worked together. Why would he take my son?
He didn't want to. He was forced to by Roy Fellows.
Okay. Why?
We don't know. Not yet. But we plan on finding out. Do you know Roy Fellows at all?
I don't. Not really. I know Mr. Grant brought him in as a senior board member. He got his own office and everything, although I couldn't tell you where it is. He's the new CEO, right? I haven't really been paying attention.
I met your wife earlier.
You spoke to Wynn? Does she know I'm here?
No, but she's in a bad way. She needs you.
She doesn't need me. She needs something else.
She needs her husband.
Well, maybe she should have thought of that before she...
Before she what?
Before she lost him. My son, my baby boy.
Your wife didn't lose your son. Not exactly.
So you believe that he disappeared?
It doesn't matter. She's hurting.
You don't think I'm hurting too?
Of course you are.
My son is lost. Maybe dead. And it's her fault.
That's not fair.
I know she didn't mean it. I know she's sorry, but I can't be with her. I can't look at her. Not yet. Not until she tells me the truth. It hurts too much.
So, I went into your office.
You did?
You're living there?
Mr. Grant said I could, before he died. Nobody's told me otherwise yet. It's cheaper than a hotel, and there's this roof.
Hey, I live in a basement. No judgments here.
Right. Home is where you make it. This works for now.
Could I ask you about Jason Grant?
What about him?
Well, he said you could sleep in your office. That implies you were on good terms.
Well, that's the funny thing. Before Elijah disappeared, Mr. Grant never said 2 words to me.
That didn't strike you as suspicious?
Why would it? He was a good man by all accounts. He said I could take all the time I wanted, that I could sleep in my office. He even gave me a key to his suite. Said I could take a drink from his liquor cabinet if nobody goes around.
Really? That is extremely generous.
Huh. Maybe it does. Seemed natural enough at the time. Either way, I never used it. After he died, it just seemed kind of ghoulish.
This key to Jason Grant's office, do you still have it?
Yeah, I do. Why?
I was hoping to take a look around.
You think Mr. Grant was involved with what happened to Elijah?
I'm pretty sure this whole bank is involved.
Mr. Grant can't exactly object, can he? Here, take it. If you find anything, let me know.
Thank you. Elijah's still alive. I know it. A lot of trouble was taken to kidnap him. There has to be a reason for it.
That doesn't exactly make this any better, you know.
I know. You really should go home to your wife, Travis.
I told you, I'm not ready yet.
Okay, Travis. I'm going to leave. You take care of yourself.
Hey, wait.
Yeah?
Who are you? You're trying to help me, but I don't even know your name.
My name? It's Eli Beckett.
That's my...
I know. It's just a coincidence.
Yeah, I guess it has to be. Funny, though, huh?
Yeah. Funny. Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. Let's keep going.
And then we should have access to his room now, I think. Oh.
Fellows did it. He saved the firm. The world's markets have restabilized. Money appeared where it wasn't before. Nobody's going to jail. And now he says I owe him some favors. He wants a seat on the board, a partnership share. I did some digging, you know. I know who you really are. You're that bartender. The one from the Bronx. The one that killed all those people. Don't worry. I won't turn you in. I know I wouldn't live 5 minutes if I tried. But I have to know. Why are you doing this? What do you get out of it? I suppose your reasons don't matter. I should be happy. I should be celebrating. So why do I feel like my problems are only just beginning?
Jason Grant owed several favors to a member of the fake horde.
The CEO of a major international banking firm? That's bad. At least Jason Grant is dead now. No more favors from him. Small mercies, I guess.
Okay, so now we've got to just kind of figure out what these are. Should we just go back in there because you said favourite wine, right? Whoop.
Isn't my son beautiful? Thank you, Mel Carissa, for arranging all this for me. It means more to me than you know.
You're insane. I'm insane. This whole thing was insane.
Insane, Mr. Grant? Is it insane to want a child? A legacy?
I have to stop you. I need to stop you. Says the mass murderer. And what are you doing here anyway? I still don't understand what you want.
Now, Mr. Grant, Mel Carissa's reasons are her own. But you still owe me a favor.
No, we kidnapped a child for you. I don't owe you a damn thing. Not anymore.
Remember what I did for your precious firm, Mr. Grant? Manipulating global markets, adjusting the ebb and flow of transactions, sending them all to your coffers, all without tripping any alarms. Quite an achievement if I do say so myself. So yes, Mr. Grant, you still owe me a favor.
What do you want now?
I want the firm, Mr. Grant. Full ownership. You can keep the office. Consider it a gift.
Fine. I don't deserve it anymore. It stopped being mine a long time ago.
It is done! Indeed, it is a fine empire. And one day, my son, it will all be yours.
Deals with the Fae. Will mundanes ever learn? That will not. It is done.
Careful with that. That's a 1934 Hot Brion. That bottle is worth over $2,000.
I do not see why. It was a good year, but not a particularly stellar one.
I'll take your word for it.
In 1934. Oh, we just need to find out the other two numbers. Although some booze is really pricey though, right? Let's go to the roof. Plant pots. 1, 2, 3, 4 plant pots, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, we should.
There's definitely 4, right?
For now. Okay.
Now 2 cups of coffee. So 250 plus 2 plus that's 5.
Pleasant. One could get comfortable here.
I suppose, if you were that kind of CEO. But it doesn't look like Grant spent a lot of time in here. Okay, so what's the first number? And the second? Okay, so what's the third?
That was 5, 34, 4.
I'm not sure.
That was unexpected.
Dunno. The elevator's moving, so I guess it's fine.
Yes, for now. Eli, you are aware there are 30 floors in this building, correct?
Yep, that's right.
You are also aware we passed the 30th floor several minutes ago?
That's also right.
Well.
It's a magical elevator.
A pocket realm above the city. How did we not see this? It has been here for months.
Well, we've been
There you go, all tucked in. Daddy has a meeting to attend to. You be good. You hear? Childminder, come forth.
Good evening, Mr. Goodfellow.
I have business to attend to. Please watch over my son until I return.
Of course. I'll have everything shipshape and Bristol fashion upon your return. Engaging comfort mode. There. Shush. Shh. Be quiet. Go to sleep. Hush now. It is... I say, is that fire magic I'm detecting? And a sword? No, this will not do. Leave immediately.
Look, lady.
Lethal force is authorized.
Right. Sorry to bother you.
There, little one. The bad ones are gone. Shh.
That's a golem. A nice golem, no less.
A mindless automaton, created to follow a few simple instructions. Will your fire magic be effective?
Not from here. I need line of sight, and I'm not sure what kind of defenses she's got. It can sense my fire magic and your sword. I don't think we should go out there. Perfect. Distract her, or make her look away so she doesn't see me. I'll take care of the rest.
I see. Yes, this could work. Hold it steady.
Engaging exposition mode. My function priorities are as follows. Priority 1, protect the child. Priority 2, nurture the child. Priority 3, entertain the child. For all inquiries, please contact my creator, Goodfellow Robin. It is my humble duty to watch over all children given to my charge. Cheerio.
You got her?
You want to mount the rest to be sure?
With pleasure.
Didn't melt her feet though.
Hello, baby. Did you see how we bathed that Mad Eye skull?
What?
For truth, like, your great-granddad is a real champagne.
Mandana, are you drunk?
I might have absorbed some of that wine. How much is left in the bottle?
None?
Perhaps I should not pick up the child.
No, perhaps you shouldn't. Hi, little one. You're safe now. Yeah, that's right. It's me. It's family. Let's get you home. It's okay, son.
Ooh, too fast, elevator, too fast.
You're not gonna throw up in here, are you?
No, I just... Oh, that's better.
Really?
Oh, lay off. The wee one likes it. See? Tell her truth. That's me.
Jeez. I went to get one kid, but came back with two. Because I'm holding a baby, babies are simple.
Oh,
Feed
dear.
them, shelter them, keep
One
them
second,
alive.
then.
Even keeping a baby entertained is easy. I mean, heck, they laugh at anything. Cut that out. But raising them, molding them, teaching them right from wrong.
Yeah.
Did I do that right? I have no idea. I can only hope I did. But it's out of my hands now. That's all I know. The Fae Court can't meddle in mortal affairs. Not directly. They need dupes like Hugh or Jason Grant. Having a human child would let him skip all that. He'd have a willing agent, and the power that comes with it. But no longer. Not as long as I have breath. And, fire. Jesus, I don't know. I think they'll just be happy to get him back. I know I would.
At last. Thank heaven.
Yeah. Let's go. Hi. Travis?
Oh, it's you. I was kind of lost in thought. What's up? Wait, is that?
It's your son. We found him.
But how? Where?
Roy Fellows took him.
He did? Why? Where is he? Should we call the police?
I can't tell you why. We have no proof. I'm sorry.
I don't care. Elijah's all I care about. So, can I have him back?
Oh, right. Of course. Here.
It's you. It's you. You've grown a bit. But those eyes, I'd recognize them anywhere. I'm gonna take you home. Right now. You need your mother. Hell, I need your mother. Thank you. I don't know why you did this for us or how, but thank you.
Anytime. In a heartbeat.
Dun 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 dun.
Kidnapper! Thief!
What the?
Hello. You took something that does not belong to you.
Mr. Fellows?
That's Mr. Goodfellow to you. This is my child. I have a sense of mind to teach you a lesson.
What the hell are you talking about? That's my son!
No, I'm sorry. A deal was made. Melcarissa, you were there. You can tell them. Oh. Now that is interesting. Still, it does not change the fact a deal was made. By Fey law, the child is mine.
The baby isn't yours, you dodgy chancer. You think you're something? Try me.
I have no idea what you just said.
Give us the babe, or I will run you through.
It is obvious none of you will give up. There's only one thing to do now.
Oh no.
I am sorry, but it is the only way. I will have to start over with another child. Unless another deal could be made.
Shut up! Shut up! What kind of deal? What do you want?
Simple. The child lives. He comes back home with me. I raise him as my own. In return, none of you pursue him. You will tell nobody what happened. You leave it be for as long as you live. So, do we have a deal?
This is insane. You're insane.
Yes or no? Please hurry. My arm is not as strong as it used to be. You have 5 seconds to think of one. I'd suggest you hurry. It is done, then.
This isn't happening. This isn't happening.
Don't worry. I will take very good care of him. He'll want for nothing. Isn't that right, my boy? What have you got to say to that? What? Get it off me! Get it off me!
What? What?
No way! No way! You bet he is.
What? What is happening?
Elijah's a fire mage.
Oh God.
Don't worry, kid. He'll be fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. Go get him. Do us proud.
Get it off me! Get it off me!
About as flammable as anyone else. It'll kill him. Eventually.
Help me, please!
No. We can't even touch the child. You made sure of that.
Fine, I nullify the deal. Get it off me!
Not so fast. Promise to go back to your world and never come back. You won't interfere with mortals or mortal children ever again.
Fine, fine! Done!
And you will owe us a favor.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can. And will. Unless you want to see what 2 fire mages can do.
Fine, I agree. I agree to all of it.
Good. You're a little prodigy, aren't you? I didn't come into my power until age 50.
Enjoy your respite while you can, Fire Mage. The hunters of Alden will be very interested in learning about that child.
I'm sorry. What?
What will the hunters do to it, I wonder? Oh, it will be a pleasure to find out.
Leave him? Sure. For now. You do know I'm descended from Alden himself, right? And so is Elijah here. Remember what Alden did to humans and Fae alike? Think about that the next time you consider crossing us. Now go, and remember our favor. And I'll be watching you from a distance. If you ever need me, I'll be there, okay? And you watch over your mom and dad, too. Don't set their building on fire. Deal? Let's get both of you home.
It's still kind of fuzzy. Did my son burst into flames?
What do you think?
Well, that's crazy, isn't it?
Sure sounds like it.
Then no. No, I don't think he did.
Trav, is that you?
Win? Yes, it's me. It's both of us.
But how?
It doesn't matter. Elijah wants to come home. And so do I. Is that okay? Can I come home too?
Don't be an idiot. Get over here.
I hope they're gonna be okay. Just this once. I think it's all gonna be okay.
Okay, so I think we've done enough now to be able to get into the pool.
Level 40? Maybe 50?
I beg your pardon?
KK's wondering what level you'd be if you were in Trollgate.
I see.
Hey, you talked to Eli yet? He seems okay, but I think we should all check on him. Just to let him know we're here, you know? Listen, I can't begin to relate, but I do know what it's like to have feelings you want to drown away. So my advice, focus on the job ahead. That's enough to get you through today. And worry about tomorrow. And I'm here, if you ever want to talk. Right. And KK too. Sorry. Yep, Eli told me all about it. KK and I will take care of it. With everything you found out, we should be able to handle it solo. So, thanks. I heard all about it. So you went to Fairyland, huh? I can only assume no drugs were involved. Good job holding Eli back, though. I can only imagine what must have been going through his head. Killing someone in anger is not something you can ever take back. Sure, we'll chat later.
Ugh, must you walk so loud?
She's hungover.
Apologies. My head is still a wee bit sensitive. I will manage. Yes. Yes, I can see how that might be confusing. Some unsolicited advice from one half-spirit to another. There is no right answer. Your only option is to just let yourself be yourself. You are you. No more, no less. So a Fae of the Winter Court now owes us a favor. That is rare. Rare beyond measure. Be sure not to waste it when the time comes. Thank you.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I was a bit distracted. Good thing, too. It's all I can do to stop myself from racing down to Wall Street to check on the kid. I can't imagine what that must be like. I'm sorry, but I do know that demons don't act like you do. They're chaotic, mindless. Were you a demon before? Sure, maybe. But you're not a demon now, and that's what matters. That's all that matters. I'm a great-grandfather. Isn't that crazy? And it terrifies me to think how close we came to losing that kid. Terrifies me to the bone. The nerve of that Robin Goodfellow, threatening Elijah with the hunters. Good thing favors are binding. Robin won't be blabbing, not as long as he lives. That's true. If Elijah keeps using his power, the hunters will come. And when that happens, I'll be there for him. And if I'm not around by then, he'll have all this. My workshop, my notes, a legacy to inherit. It feels good knowing that. It feels real good. I'm a great, and it terrifies me. The nerve to think.
We asked about that, didn't we? Yeah.
Right. See you around.
Alright, feeding the pigeons, that's kind of cool.
So, fairies exist. And they aren't the cute twee things I read about as a kid either. Heck, someday I might have to go toe-to-toe with another one. Look, I get it. Things are crazy and you don't know which end is up. You want to have a meltdown and drink yourself stupid. And when this is done, feel free to do that. I'll even join you. Hell, I'll buy the first round. But right now, we need you focused. I need you focused. Okay? Okay. I'd be annoyed about letting Goodfellow go, but this isn't the first time a bad guy has owed a favor to get out of being punished. Making a deal like that can make a cop feel dirty, but sometimes it's necessary. Let's hope that turns out to be true. Right. Catch you later.
Ugh, must you walk so loud? Apologies. My head is still a wee bit sensitive. I will manage. A meeting is not necessary. We know our mission. We know our destination. When you are ready to proceed to the subway, we will follow. Thank you.
Damn it!
What? Is everything okay?
Just check the score. The Yanks are down 1 in the 6th, not for nothing. But I think you're gonna need some backup on this one.
Yeah, I agree. And so does KK.
Well, here's our stop. Let's get
We're all
moving.
going. Yeah.
We were successful. The portal is unlocked. We We can go open it whenever we wish.
So, what's on the other side of that thing?
It is impossible to say. It could be anything. It could be nothing.
Pocket realms can completely ignore the laws of nature, or invent new ones entirely.
So, be prepared for anything.
Okay, real truth? No, I'm not ready. I'm about to step through a portal into another world. I could never be ready for that. But I'm a Santina. I finish what I start. So let's finish this.
Yeah, I was thinking, not a single person in the program would judge me if I picked up a drink right now. But that's not true, is it? That's just the addiction, making excuses and twisting the truth. So all I can do is focus on what's in front of me, which means going through that glowing hole and stopping whatever's on the other side. That's enough for now. It'll have to be.
Oh, I always have words. I was just thinking, wasn't that long ago I was throwing lightning at you on a rooftop? A lot has changed since then. You've made some tough decisions. Decisions I'm not sure I'd have been able to make. I guess all I have to say is, whatever happens in there, I've got your back, and I know you've got mine.
I have lived a long time, but I would hardly call myself a sage. If anything, I know how easy it is to reinvent yourself, rediscover who you are over and over. You have done much the same in your time with us. My only hope is that you do not change further. Regardless, know that I am with you for as long as I can still stand.
She says she's getting bored with all this talking. Sorry, KK. We'll get going in a minute.
Yes, it is time. Eli, shall we open it together?
All right. On three.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Did something go wrong?
I think so. Yeah, we definitely went through. I felt it.
So did I. Something is different.
Well, that's definitely different, isn't it?
We're not in New York anymore, are we?
No.
Nope.
We made it into the Pocket Realm. It is a twisted version of our city.
That building. Look at the energy pouring out of it.
That must be where our quarry lies.
Are you all right?
Wake the hell up!
Okay, she's back. Everyone relax.
You blacked out for a minute. You started chanting. What happened?
A spell? What kind of spell?
It sounded like a spell of summoning.
Whatever it is, maybe turn the other way the next time you cast it. Jesus, listen to that creaking. This thing is being held up by spit and staples.
And maybe a prayer or two.
This bridge was created out of sheer force of will. It is only as stable as the one who created it.
Yeah, that's not exactly encouraging.
That's bridge right celestial water.
Summoner, contact me across the void. I am in the middle of battle. You are distracting me. Speak quickly. My help. I suppose I owe you a boon in exchange for sparing my life. What do you want of me? And be quick. I can do this.
Oh, Jesus, not this guy again.
I have no quarrel with you, nor any of your kind. I can carry your group across the gap. Now hurry, my army needs me. It is done. Now I consider my debt paid. Goodbye, Summoner. Do not contact me again.
Whew. Glad to be on solid ground again. Not that anything in this place can be called solid.
Where are we, anyway?
The map says you are here.
That doesn't answer my question. Where is here?
That is what we must find out.
Look at this place. It's like a ghost town.
Come on. Really?
Oh, what?
How do we end up back here? I don't remember doubling back.
No, we most definitely did not.
Is that? Yes, it is you. I hear you across the void. What is it you need? Of course, I owe you my life, and possibly my soul. What is it you need? Someone created that maze, correct? Then I should be able to read it. Yes, I believe I can help you. Bring me over. This place. It's strange, and yet it makes sense. There was a guiding force, or a reason for it all.
And what reason is that?
This maze has no solution. It's a trap. There should be a way. Let me see here. Have you tried pressing that button?
Button? What button?
Ah, I see. This map was deliberately designed to hide the button. See? It's quite obvious when you know it's there. Oh, you are welcome. More than welcome. Now, if you'll excuse me, the Prospect Park Riders Group begins in 10 minutes, and they're expecting me.
That's, big.
Not to mention cold. I should have packed a warmer jacket.
What? Who is that? Oh, it's you, Melcarissa. Have you come to collect your favor at last? Well, a bargain was struck. I will honor it. To the best of my ability, of course. Now, what do you seek? I am a Fae of the Winter Court. Of course I can open a gate made of ice. But be sure, is this the favor you want from me? You will not receive another. As you Jinns would say, open sesame!
I have never uttered those words in my life.
Well, that's neither here nor there. Our bargain is concluded. I owe you nothing further. So long.
My dad's got a weed whacker in his garage. Never thought to bring it along.
These thorns would quickly make short of any mundane device.
Yeah, and my dad would never let me hear the end of it. Probably better off.
Melcarissa, is that you? It's not enough you keep me trapped in this tiny grove, but now you taunt me in my mind. You're joking, right? You must be desperate. What in the name of the Holy Green do you need my help for? You're lucky I'm so damn bored, or I'd tell you to go to hell. Fine, send me over. Clumsy work. Engineered by force of will, not by the whims of nature. It will be my pleasure to destroy it. There. All taken care of. Now, if we're done, I'd prefer to get back to my grove.
You okay? Huh? No. No, not you.
Logan. Logan Brown. I knew you'd come back to my bar eventually.
How's it, Sammy?
Sammy, listen. I've got something to tell you. Jonah, no, not you.
Logan, where the hell have you been? Been waiting for you to show up for ages.
Like a dog with a bone, Vicky Santina. Like a damn dog with a bone.
Oh, fuck no, not you two.
Guys, listen. This is all. You just have to listen.
Geist! They're going Geist! Stop them, Logan!
I'm trying. Come on, guys. Just calm down. Calm down.
You. I'm enjoying my respite at last. Why do you disturb me? You showed me a kindness when you had no reason to. But in your world, I have no tangible form. I only exist in the world of the dead. I will be of no help to you. Ah, corrupted spirits. Yes. I believe I can be of some assistance.
Wait, what? What happened? Was that the dragon from Chinatown? Whatever he did the trick. The ghost passed on. They're at peace.
This place. First it freezes you, then it tries to roast you.
Master, is that you? I can hear you, kind of. Where are you? You mean transfer me across the void again? It wasn't a pleasant experience, but I do owe you for helping me. So yes, I'll help you. Just the once. What do you need? Sorry, did you say lava? Bring me over. Let me see what I can do. I've learned some things. Things about my new body. You remember how much pain I was in when you met me? I thought it was the fire that was hurting me. Turns out I was just starving. My body consumes heat, which means...
Wow.
Oh, man. That'll keep me full for a month. Anyway, it's probably best that I go back now. I don't know what this place is, but it hurts.
Goodbye, Jordan. I am happy that you are well.
No, it's got to be something we can use to get in there, right? Maybe...
A demon skull, without a doubt. Passing through, it says.
When it speaks, it lies, like all of its kind.
What the hell are you guys?
We met one of them just before you signed up. I called it a ligamental.
Ligamental? Yeah, that fits.
A beacon was formed, leading the way to this world. We followed it.
Eli?
Don't look at me. I wouldn't make that same mistake twice.
It's Tri's magic, easily countered. What a vile thing. What are we waiting for? We are all starving. Attack!
How many of you are there?
Oh boy.
The time for talk is over.
Stop, please. There is no need for slaughter. Not this night. Yes, it has been a while. This one showed me mercy I did not deserve. That kindness should be repaid. Just this once.
You vouch for it?
Yes.
Then that will have to be sufficient.
We owe each other nothing, Demon Spawn. You have been given a reprieve. I suggest you complete your business here as soon as possible.
At last. Let us proceed.
Caressa, you finally made it. You had to cash in every favor you had, but you made it. I couldn't be sure. I hoped you would. This is my world. You're only here because I want you here. Think about it. I lit up my stronghold like a Christmas tree. I literally told you where to go. It would have taken you years to find me, if you ever found me at all.
Don't get too cocky. The top of the Empire State Building ain't exactly subtle.
We're all New Yorkers here. How often do you even notice the Empire State Building, let alone go up there? I was wrong, Melcaressa. Wrong to leave you in the dark the way I did. We should have worked together. We should have been partners.
Partners? We both know how you treat people you work with.
I thought I could do it all on my own, but I can't. I need your help. The knowledge that you contain. Merge with me again, willingly this time. We'll be equals, and we can build this world together.
You're joking. You've got to be joking.
I cannot detect falsehoods from spirits, but this must be a trick. It has to be.
I'm all for second chances, but this takes it a bit far.
No, no way. No fucking way.
Who are you to judge me? I share your memories. I know everything you've done. You let that fire elemental go. He torched an entire homeless shelter. And General Zarog of the Merfolk, he slaughtered dozens of people. You barely gave him a slap on the wrist. You even let Galen of the Northwoods go. And she killed your leader. And let's not forget Robin Goodfellow. He kidnapped kids, and you let him walk. In exchange for what, a favor? Give me a break. And what about Stan Bates? He brainwashed people into killing themselves, including a little girl. And he's walking around free. You've been consistent with mercy so far. Why stop now? What I'm doing is creating another world. Or trying to. But this time, it's gonna be done right. So help me, Melcaressa. Please.
Yeah, fuck this. Good people are dead because of you. I spent a year thinking I was going crazy.
But aren't you in a better place, Vicky? You're making a real difference now. More than you ever made as a cop.
This isn't about me. It's about justice.
Look, you can't run from this. You killed people. You killed my brother Jonah. You killed Sammy, one of my oldest friends. And that's not even the worst of it. You didn't just take people's lives. You twisted their souls, made them into something nasty and dangerous.
You mean those idiots in the Bronx?
They were people.
Listen, what you've done is supernatural slaughter on a citywide scale. Even Alden limited himself to small villages.
Alden destroyed for its own sake. I'm not so stupid.
No, you might be worse. Alden never pretended it was for a greater cause. You were human once. You can be again. Just come with us. Make it right.
You seek to justify your actions, to pretend all the chaos and destruction you wrought has meaning.
I can't think of anything more meaningful than the creation of a whole new world.
The void is full of worlds, many more pleasant than this.
Why am I even talking to you? This is between me and Melcaressa. The peanut gallery can shut up now. Relax, they're just asleep. I may not have much power now, but I can do that at least. Besides, this is between you and me. So how about
I don't trust the ghost at
will
all.
you merge with me willingly or not?
Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
I guess, if you have to put a label on it. I've always been good at understanding the world, even if I never felt like a part of it. I just want a place where I fit, where I don't have to pretend. And since it doesn't exist, I have to make it. I admit, it's not ideal. That's why I need your help. I absorbed a lot of knowledge from you, Melcaressa, but there's so much more I need to learn. That information is locked up inside your head. Well, my head. Yes, Melcaressa, as long as you were in my head, I could learn anything. All I had to do was think, and the knowledge appeared in my brain as if it was there all along. It was like knowing a guy's drink order without him telling me first. You taught me about the Dryad trapped in the North Woods, the dragon in Chinatown, the Merfolk's War, but I can't access new information anymore. Not while we're separated. So here we are. Because you are a textbook, Melcaressa. You can't read yourself. That summoning spell you've been chanting, you only know it because you remember me casting it. Oh, sure. You could say that. I can't stop you. But you can't exactly stop me either. That's my body. And I mean to have it back. Any other ghost, I'm not dead. In case you weren't aware, my body is very much alive. Because I don't want to fight you anymore, Melcaressa. It makes the work take so much longer, and it's exhausting. Working together will be so much easier. Wouldn't you agree? Are you sure? You won't reconsider? Remember, I can and I will take that body back by force. Are you sure? Right, I thought so. Take all the time you want. I'm not going anywhere, and neither are you. Wait, what are you doing? Wait, just wait. This is crazy. Why would you do this?
Because you're a crazy damn ghost, that's why.
No, it's not. You're in a human body! You'll die a human death! Is that what you really want, Melcaressa? You won't live at all! You're human now. You could become a ghost. A helpless, mewling ghost. And so would I! I won't let that happen. I can't let that happen. Yes, I do. I'll do anything. You mean... No. There has to be another way. All my knowledge, all the power that sustains this world, it comes from you. If you're gone... Fine! You win, Melcaressa! You're free! You're free! I release you! Go back into the darkness where you came from!
Do we jump or do we get back into the darkness, do you think? Because if we disappear, surely she could re-summon us though, right?
No!
Yeah.
You ruined everything! It could have been so perfect! Was it worth it? Was it all worth dying over?
Mm-hmm.
What the? Jesus, my head.
What happened? Did we win?
The portal. It is gone. But where is Melcaressa?
What? Slow down, KK. Oh.
What did she say? Logan, what did she say?
They found the body in Midtown, right by the Empire State Building. Nobody knows how she got there. She just appeared, probably for the best. A whole lot of murder cases got closed, made a lot of cops happy. They found Harrison's body eventually. It washed up in Red Hook. Based on the position and the angle of the bullet wounds, her death was ruled a suicide. There were a lot of questions, but nobody seemed all that keen to find the answers.
So we finally got a computer, although Logan and KK use it to play their game most of the time. But it turns out Travis and Winnie Cook have a very active social media profile. They're back in Florida. They seem happy if the pictures are anything to go by. And speaking of pictures, they post lots of Elijah, sometimes a dozen every day. It hurts, being away from family. But this makes it better, somehow. I suppose I can live with that.
I went to a meeting in Chinatown not long ago. Decided to stop in at the Dragon Tree. Turns out it's a drugstore now, one of those national chain things. Kevin moved upstate, rented himself a place with the money he got from his lottery winnings. But 50 grand doesn't last as long as it used to. He's working as a short order cook at a local diner. From what I hear, he's made the joint pretty popular. Might be running the place before too long. I hope it works out for him.
A mania has gripped Brooklyn. A troupe of performers have remained on the Prospect Park band shell for weeks, refusing to leave. Several groups of graffiti artists have been painting every wall available, becoming violent when asked to stop. Writers, playwrights, and creative types of all sorts have been arrested for causing civil unrest. They all have one thing in common. They belong to an art collective led by Stanley Bates. I went to confront him, but he is no longer living there. We shall find him and deal with him one day. As for Melcarissa, we do not know. It is tempting to use the summoning ritual, but to perform it requires a death. And that is a line we will not cross. Melcarissa sacrificed enough, saving us all. Honoring that sacrifice is literally the least we could do. So we venture on. Enemies are defeated. Wrongs are righted. And the wall against the darkness holds for yet another day. That was an interesting one.
No kidding. They ate the radiator. Who eats a radiator?
Gremlins are the worst, huh?
All I know is Mitchell never let me borrow his car again.
Hey, you guys hungry? There's a new Thai place down that way.
Is it spicy?
Probably. Why?
Eli has trouble digesting spicy food.
Seriously? Beckett, I've seen you drink lava.
Believe it or not, lava isn't that spicy.
I am Luna. I come across the void in search of conquest.
Stand down, creature. We will show no mercy.
What she said, just with more charbroiling.
Nice. I've got those new polymer copper bullets. Been meaning to test them out.
Guys, when you kill him, could you make sure there's no ghost left behind? I'm tired.
It's like, okay. It's like, never mind. That definitely was, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, that's it. That's the one way of playing through the game, because obviously there is multiple ways of playing through the game, like different choices and stuff determines the outcomes. That's the only way we're going to be playing this time around. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream. What we are going to do now is pass on onto a raid. So let's see, you can go give a raid to you. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream. The next stream is going to be tomorrow, and we're going to be doing some more Graveyard Keeper probably for the next couple of streams. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye guys.